Just tell us maybe a little bit about the storefront and just how that was changed for the movie.
Yeah, one of the things they did is they added a painting over here of the lady, the happy shopper.
We didn't ever think you'd leave Ole Miss.
It does take 4 years.
They added this painting, and we've actually talked to the landlord. He's going to keep it. They're actually about to repaint the entire storefront, but we liked it because it was period appropriate, like something you'd have had in the early 60s. And then for the most part, they left the facade at Brent's pretty much the same. And so we were excited. That was one of the reasons they liked Brent's. Not only did you have the interior shots, but the exterior. So in one of the scenes, Skeeter drives up in her car and gets out, and it shows, you know, the outside of Brent's, and then shows her walk inside, and then they come into the next scene as the crew sitting at a table eating, and Skeeter and her friends. So that was certainly neat. And then another scene later in the movie, they come back and it shows her interacting with one of the soda jerks. So it was something that was neat to us, and they did convert it. One of the things, they went back to more of a pharmacy feel, since we don't have the drugstore anymore. They actually had a pharmacist in the back and had some more retail type stuff like a general store pharmacy would have had at the time.
What was the shopping district like in the 60s, kind of when The Help was written and then when the movie set in?
This was built as Morgan Center in 1946, and as I've been told, is the first strip center in the state. One of the unique things about Fondren is this area was actually a suburb of Jackson originally, and then it kind of had its own downtown feel because it was a lot of the folks that worked and lived around the state hospital over here, and then when UMC began, so it already had kind of a downtown feel. And then they tried to recreate that with the movie, which I thought they did a really good job. They, you know, put some new signage. They actually found some old photos from archives and history and put those up over kind of on the downtown strip, as we call it, on Wells Cleaners and some of the businesses over there. So it was a really neat thing. I think it's been a great plus for Fondren, let me say, that they went back and kind of restored it to its older look, because Fondren already had that very unique feel as kind of a shopping district, and even make it more authentic and period appropriate, you know, at the cost of the theater company too, is even better for us, that, you know, Fondren got the benefit of it and didn't really have to pay for it.
You tell Evelyn, do I have plans for her? You are godless woman.
This is actually the booth that Skeeter and Hilly and her friends are sitting in the movie, and just going back, it was kind of funny. Somebody had mentioned, oh, they're going to be filming The Help, and I think they're going to film a lot of it in Greenwood. And a friend of mine from Inverness was working with some of the site location guys, and just anyway, we were talking, and ends up I just mentioned, well, I think they, you know, went to Brent's in the book, and he said, yeah, we need to get by there sometime. So within a week of that, get a call from location coordinator from the movie, and they came by and just looked at it and said, well, we don't know, you know, this place it's older, but it needed some work to make it look like, you know, the early 1960s, and, you know, it's an operating business. There might be some logistical issues. And he continued to come back, and then brought the art director, and the more they got along, they really liked the place and kind of said, we think it's got potential. So they ended up, we shut down for a little over a week, and they, during that week, transformed it and, you know, took out anything that was, you know, in the last, you know, 40, 50 years, and converted it to 1963 Jackson, and just did a really good job. But it was neat that, you know, Tate Taylor and Brunson Green, who both, you know, director and producer from Jackson, had spent time in Brent's over the years, along with Kathryn Stockett, the author. So it was neat when we were filming that day for them to be up here, and, you know, is a place they had spent time and had fond memories. So it's been neat, and they've actually, you know, been back since then. I think the Fondren area is a good, you know, just example of what you can do kind of with an urban setting or any small town in Mississippi, that, you know, you just kind of bring some new ideas to stuff that's been there forever. It's not like, you know, there's anything just completely original. A lot of its ideas are just taking something and making it even better. And so it is neat that it's in this same strip mall, and the mall, it hadn't changed a lot. We actually have the original air conditioner, which doesn't work as great as we want sometimes, but I mean, it is neat that we're in a place that's been here 65 years and still making it. And I think this is an example that, you know, if you put some creativity and a a lot of things like that, hard work into a strip mall, you can make it work.
And you're an attorney. You probably don't even really have to do this. Why do you come here, and why do you want Brent's to be like it is?
Well, it's a funny story. I remember reading that the Calverts, were going to probably have to close Brent's down, and I said, "Oh, I'll help you find a buyer." So I thought, "Oh, that'll be easy to find somebody to buy Brent." So we started, talking to a few other people, and everybody said, "We don't want Brent's closed, but we don't want to take it on." So it was one of those. It kind of fell in my lap, and just because I'd opened my mouth, and so anyway, but it has been fun. I mean, it's just amazing the connections that you make up here, and so many people that say, "I was here the day Brent's opened in 1946," and we've got a guy that comes in about once a month. That when he comes to the doctor in Jackson, he doesn't live in Jackson, but he comes through here, and he always comes and gets a milkshake, and that remembers October of 1946 coming through here, and then just all the people in the neighborhood. I mean, I think that's what really makes Brent's work is. We get a lot of people from out of town, but as far as paying the bills day to day, it's the local people that have been coming and getting an egg and olive sandwich for 20 years, or remember going to Murrah and coming here after school, and then now they're bringing their grandkids. So it's neat. It's a Jackson place that a lot of people appreciate. Then there's some that just every time they come in have a memory of, oh, I remember, eating with my high school friends here, or I remember the first time I brought my grandkids. So it is neat, and I guess that kind of motivates you to kind of keep it going, and just saying, I would hate to lose this type of place when there's so many fond memories, and unfortunately losing some businesses like Dinneries, but we've tried to do the best we can to, just keep this place open.
It could be a CVS.
Exactly. That's what I say. We don't want it to be a CVS.
Got a job today, writing for the Jackson Journal.